My name is Shane Smith. I'm pretty sure you guys are sick of hearing of me at this point, but Tim has got a new guest that's never been on this show before.
Welcome, Scott.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
You know what I don't like about you?
What's that?
You always like to take over the podcast as soon as we record play.
It's not the podcast, it's just everything.
That's what...
It's my job.
You like to smile, you like to shake hands, you like to go, yeah, dude, yeah, hurrah, it's all over there. And then as soon as we turn this on, you become a dictator.
It's the way it is.
What if I wasn't ready to introduce Scott?
Doesn't matter. Not now, it doesn't.
Not now.
That's something you would usually say before you actually get into the podcast. Hey, don't do what you usually do, Shane, because it's obviously, my opinion is very prevalent in the conversation, so you would think... Scott, also known as Eradicate,
a.k.a. WiseBurger, a.k.a. Wayne Gang, a.k.a. a bunch of shit.
Hell yeah.
A.k.a. There was a thing, we were talking about peeing a second ago, because you had to urinate. You had to walk like 10 miles.
Yeah. I actually went over there amongst more children than I've been around since I was 10.
You remember when there was a fascination with peeing in girls' butts?
Remember, there was a joke. Let me pee in your butt. Hey, girl, let me pee in your butt.
Oh, that was a joke? I owe a lot of people an apology then.
Well, I don't think you should actually talk to him for a couple of years.
Now I know why I got kicked off of Tinder.
You need to wait until they have kids and they leave their baby daddy and they're extremely desperate.
They're just waiting.
Because then they'll be willing to accept your apology and for you to piss in their ass again.
No, that's what I thought you were saying. I thought that's when you wait to ask a girl if you can piss in their butt.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, whoever you piss in their butt, if they were fucking you in the first place, and they were probably pretty desperate, but then they were like, oh, I know how to fuck and suck dick now. So now they found someone who will get them pregnant. And then once that guy leaves because he was a piece of shit, she thought just because she could suck some dick, she could find some love.
You show up with a fleet of ships, and you're like, yo.
I'm trying to piss.
I'm trying to put a prince in you. We can't talk about that. Scott doesn't watch anything, apparently.
Oh,
he hates Marvel. He hates TV.
I don't hate it. I don't know. I don't find myself very interested in superhero movies. Maybe I can get interested into it. I don't know. I haven't lately.
Is there any genre that's like your guilty pleasure? Like any, mine's heist. Any heist movie, I'm down. I'm gonna watch it.
Were you speaking as far as movies?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Maybe action movies. Maybe Shrek.
Hey.
Maybe Puss in Boots.
Shrek is love.
You know. Maybe Bad Boys.
Hey.
I don't know. I like that. I like cartoons, and I like some action movies.
Bad Boys is coming out, ain't it?
Bad Boys 3 is coming out.
Yep, I'm very excited about that.
Are you semi-excited about that?
I am. I've been waiting for that for years.
When did Martin Lawrence not stop being crazy?
Probably about a decade and a half ago.
Really? Was that just...
Well, a lot of people said that when he first started the Bad Boys series, or the two Bad Boys movies, they said that the first one kind of blew, and that's when he was losing his edge. But then the second one got better ratings than the first one did, which is crazy. So hopefully they continue that.
What if they make a call? Like, what if they make a tribute? Like at some point in Bad Boys 3, Martin's just running around naked in New York City, yelling, "They're trying to get me! They're trying to get me!"
I'm sure there will be something along those lines. Isn't this going to be the last one? I think. Because I think the title is, besides 3, I think the title is Ride Together, Die Together, so I think that may be the end of the series.
It would make sense.
They just go off an edge like Bonnie and Clyde.
It's probably
holding
something.
Hands, just driving off in a limo.
What if they died at the end?
Probably not.
What was that movie, 7 Pounds, when Will Smith died? He killed himself, like with the jellyfish or whatever?
He killed himself in... what's it called? I Am Legend 2.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I forgot about
that. That movie made me depressed.
Will's trying to tell us something, man. Will's trying to let us know.
Will's not trying to die. Will is, if he was trying, well, I don't know.
He starred in Suicide Squad.
He sold his soul to Facebook, too. Because him and his family have TV shows on Facebook.
It's like Facebook reality TV shows? What are they called?
I mean, they're not like reality TV. Like, one of them is called Bucket List. And it's like him, all these different random things he's been doing for the past 2 or 3 years. Those have all been for his show, Bucket List, where he's jumping out of an airplane, doing these dances and going, he got that Instagram and just blew up. Like, my God, he's on social media. We love him.
Have you seen Jack Black's YouTube?
No, I don't do that.
He started You are so full of shit.
I'm barely at the podcast level, much less.
Jack Black started this thing called Jablansky Games. It's a gaming channel where he doesn't play video games. It's got like 5 million followers on YouTube.
I'm excited about Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan apparently has been playing Quake. And I know he's had like 3 or 4 different guests that have been saying that he needs to start a Twitch channel. And he's super against it. But let's be honest. He's Joe Rogan.
Right.
So, I mean...
I've been watching Joe Rogan a lot lately.
Dude.
I have.
I feel like you'd like him. He's got a lot of stuff that you'd appreciate.
I do.
He's pretty much the Howard Stern of this generation.
Well, yeah, I appreciate the in-depth conversations that they have with certain guests, like the Elon Musk interview.
Yeah.
It's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
I like
Elon
that.
holds back a lot, you can tell, but he also probably has legal obligations to hold back a lot on a lot of things.
He probably has some government secrets that he can't tell anybody.
That is one. That motherfucker is so smart. He's like a robot, and it makes me uncomfortable how smart he is.
He got his hair back.
Yeah.
One of the only successful stories I know of a balding guy that just got all of his hair back.
I never realized until the other day that he was actually in Iron Man 2.
What part?
Elon Musk played himself in Iron Man 2.
Just in like one of the conventions or whatever?
Yeah, they were having like
Where is he from? Why, like he's got this little bit of an accent. Where is he from? I can't tell if he's from here or from somewhere else.
He's got to, I'm pretty sure he's probably from America. His dad was probably a science experiment, and his mom probably doesn't exist.
We need
Probably not.
We need to start a petition for Elon Musk to show us his belly button, just to prove that it's there.
Yeah.
That was a thing for a minute. There was a show all about just a dude that didn't have a belly button. That was the whole gimmick. Every poster, it'd just be showing him, oh, no belly button, no belly button.
What was
he wasn't
that show
born.
called?
It's like XY or something.
I know what you're talking about.
I remember seeing it because there was a lot of ads in the Nickelodeon magazines back in the day.
Yeah, because you had Nickelodeon magazine.
I had the Disney magazine too. Thank you very much.
Oh my God! Do you guys remember when you used to go to the dentist or the eye doctor, and they had the little magazine? It was for teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
They had like little puzzles in it and stuff. It was called something, not High Times, because that's something completely different. But I want to say it was called something like that.
Teeny weeny, just something.
No, that's what I look up every night when my wife goes to sleep.
All right, Shane.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your music career so far.
My music career.
So how did you? Well, let's start with where did you start with your music career? Let's start from the beginning here.
My music career started in an alleyway. This man came up to me and he stuck his finger inside of my asshole and he said, "You're going to be kind of amazing for a short period of time." And I said, "Oh my God."
And that man's name was James Herod.
And I came. And it all began there. How about you, Scott?
Same thing. Same thing.
Scott's like, same alleyway.
Yep.
Same dude.
Same dude. Same alleyway.
Wait, how long ago was this? It's like yesterday.
Yesterday.
He actually picked me up to come do this podcast.
Yep.
I'm like, well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Church of Tobey. We got to cut out right now. Dude,
go
do you
ahead.
have a favorite show you ever did?
Oh, man.
And this question goes to both of you guys.
I'm pretty sure my most enlightening experience as far as doing a concert when I was in Shaken, of course. But
thank you guys for tuning into the Church of Tobey.
No, we did this 2 years in a row. We did this thing called it was like, man, I don't remember. It was like a rock fest or some corny shit like that in Hattiesburg.
Mm-hmm.
And the second year that we did it, there was like 1,100 people there or something like that, and we won. Like the festival.
Yo,
it's like a competition, like all the rock bands come and play or whatever. And the first year we went, we played, and we thought we kicked a lot of ass.
Was there like an underage pussy eating contest? Off the main stage?
At the time, I was in a Christian band, so I wasn't exactly
that doesn't
myself.
mean anything.
Trust me.
From what I've learned.
I'm aware, but I'm just saying. I didn't get kicked out because I was an outstanding member. I was too good for them. But yeah, that was cool, man. We were in the newspaper and all that other cool shit, but it was also cool getting to play in front of that many people. Because trust me, we never played in front of that many people when I was in the band.
The La Portia show that happened you guys remember La Portia? She was the chick that won, didn't win, but made it close to winning to American Idol. She had her concert at the back of the Macomb High School in the parking lot.
Yes,
and I did not even know that many people lived in.
Yeah,
Macomb.
I didn't either. I was there and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
I can't wait till this is me. This is fucking crazy.
It's an inspirational kind of experience.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't there. I don't know why, but
It's just so weird when you live in a town this small because like all of our like the most successful shows we've ever done here, we're like what 100 people is like
in the triple
rock
digits.
Star.
It probably wasn't in the for sure it wasn't in the quad digits, but
right.
I mean, maybe it will one day. You've seen how many people came for La Portia.
And you see 170 people, and you're like, dude, all of Macomb is here.
Yeah.
Because you think, and we've learned today, just trying to find a spot to fucking record this thing, like, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
They just don't like to go out.
yeah. Well, and it's hard to tap into certain people. I mean, a lot of people are behind on certain things when it comes to technology. But in the same breath, we've also maybe gotten lazy to an extent of not being able to go out and see people face to face, carry on conversations with people face to face, and say, like, I remember when I was young, it was a big deal to go and hand out.
Real quick, I would just like to point out that child screaming is like several miles away from us.
Yep.
We're not making a kid scream.
The kid is a half of a football field away from us. But
just for context for people listening.
Whenever I first started playing music, and I imagine it was about like this beforehand too. Like you didn't have as much promotion.
Several children screaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I was the kid screaming actually. But it's like you would, if you were booking a show or something like that, you would find all your high school friends and you'd give them flyers, and they would walk around school and give out these flyers to everybody, and hopefully you would get 60 or 70, maybe 100 people there.
Right.
And that was the thing. I mean, back then too, though, it was like we're playing metal music, punk music, whatever, all in one show. It's like it wasn't like, oh, every band that's playing tonight is a metal band, or every band that's playing tonight is a punk band.
It's more variety.
Yeah, it's like it was just like, hey, or there's been shows that we've done where it's like rapping, punk, and rock and metal all at the same show, and that's kind of tight because I mean, when you think about it, excuse me, when you think about it, it's like a town that's we think as this small. It's like I mean, you know, what do you have? You don't have a choice. I mean, now I don't even imagine that there's any bands around here that people are, you know, wanting to even. I mean, I don't even think there's anybody. It's like, hey, we want to book a show, with the exception of us, but we rap, so it's like
that was so long ago, and I was even on like the tail end of it because I'm a little bit younger than you guys. Just like the idea of like the fact that churches were convinced to host metal shows, just seems like such a foreign idea to me now. Just like considering all that we did, and I'm not talking about like I wasn't even the guy that was like smoking weed in the back or like doing crack or like getting my dick sucked in like the preacher's closet or whatever.
Yeah.
But like thrashing around, breaking stuff. I definitely broke a couple things accidentally, and it was definitely not Christian music.
Yeah. But the thing about it is at the time though, like say like the shows at New Heights or First Baptist or something like that, the bands were Christian bands. Like if you read their lyrics and what have you, and just the vast majority of the people in the bands at the time were either pretty decent human beings that you would be like, I would entrust my children to go hang out with them, my teenage kids to go hang out with them or go to their concerts, or they were really good at hiding it.
Right.
It was that kind of thing. Like, so when you think about that era, but it was also different because now you don't have as many people that are like, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb and be like, hey guys, we should get 5 of us together. We should all be morally responsible for the generation coming up, and we should try to start a band that's actually decent.
That's a hard sell.
You know, it is, especially now because you don't have any kind of role models for that kind of stuff.
Right.
Which, you know, I digress, but it is.
No, that's a good point. It's just like the idea of, okay, first of all, getting 5 people together.
Yeah.
Getting 5 people together.
Why do you think we rap?
Yep.
I mean, it's
there you go.
Speaking of which, Scott, favorite show that you've done?
Favorite show? Probably my first show ever. As speaking from the terms of today, I'm sure there'll be way better shit in the future. But speaking as from terms of today, my first show ever was super fucking lit, and that was probably one of the most exciting moments of my career so far.
Where was it at?
In New Orleans, and it was.
Oh man, yeah.
It was with Wayne Gang, and that shit was fucking lit. It wasn't probably 300-400 people, but that shit was fucking lit, and we had the energy as if we've done 100 shows on our first show.
Yeah,
and it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I saw the footage from that, and we still go back and watch the footage from that even now. I wasn't there, but I did watch the footage, and the footage of that is pretty fucking lit.
A lot of entertainers, you know, their first show goes over really well, and that kind of just like that fix, it gets them hooked. Like it lets them go through like shitty shows or whatever, just thinking like, no man, I know I can get back to that. I know I can get back to that. What was your first show like, Shane?
My
with the
first
rap,
show,
at least with rap.
With rap? Wow. My first show I ever did rapping was.
Chew your ass. We'll wait.
Sorry. Do you guys remember when White Collar Sideshow came through Macomb?
Yeah,
I do.
It was a very long time ago.
I do remember
that was your first show?
That was the first time I ever... I'm pretty sure it was the first time I ever rapped. Or did a show where I rapped. Because Flight from Below played, too. Shout out to Marshall McKellar. I'm sure he'll never hear this. But, yeah, their band or whatever at the time was called Flight from Below. And he's in the Devil Music Company now. I'm sure you probably heard of them.
The Devil Music Company?
Yeah, but they don't make exactly what you think it would sound like. They make like indie rock shit, and it's really good. It's not shit, but just it's different.
Sure.
It's not what it sounds like. They're really actually pretty popular.
Well, if it's got a name like that, it needs to be very heavy.
You would think, but I think that's what the contradiction kind of sells it, though. When you listen to it, it's not really like that at all. But it is really good for what it is, and they are geniuses. But that's irrelevant.
They sound like they'd sell a lot of T-shirts. Sounds like a lot of people would want their brand as a conversation starter.
They've definitely sold a lot of T-shirts. I printed some of them once, but that's neither here nor there.
That's an interesting show. So, like, where were you in the lineup again? Because I remember that. I was there, too.
A co-headline. I mean, I don't want to call it that as a local show, but at the Covenant Between Us wasn't going to play, and Shaken wasn't going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So let's throw Shane in there.
Right.
You know, so it was like White Collar Sideshow was, I don't want to necessarily say they were a Christian thing. I mean, they weren't even really a band. It was like a performance, rather. Like they did like the screen, and it was like all percussion stuff or whatever.
A lot of really creepy graphics, making us feel very bad about jerking off.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Feels
Wait,
very...
who?
White Collar Sideshow.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember looking at that.
It was like, it was the main two was like the guy and his wife, and they had other band players and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it was kind of like a, what do you call it, like it was the theme of kind of like a creepy carnival, I believe, something like that, or a circus or some shit along those lines.
It was all just about pornography.
Was it?
Yeah, about pornography addiction, and I think whatever the wife had, like body image issues.
Yeah. Which is nuts because I saw them at Cornerstone before they came to Macomb.
It was about anti-pornography, I should say.
Yeah.
It wasn't about. It wasn't cool.
Yeah, it was like all these kids like, we're skipping youth tonight to go watch porn at the Rotary Gym. But like, we saw them at Cornerstone, and when I saw them at Cornerstone, there was, I mean, let's say there was 80 people or 100 people at the show in Summit. There was probably like 500 or 600 people watching that same performance on a much bigger stage at Cornerstone. And I was like, man, this is, I mean, it was really cool at the time, but I also always thought to myself not to be, I mean, good for them. But at the same breath, I'm like, man, how did this motherfucker let porn fuck his life up? Just talking about how he spent like thousands of dollars on porn. I'm like, dude, it's free.
Yeah.
Even then, I was like, it's free. Like, what are you doing?
No,
bro?
what I thought was awkward was like when he was talking about, oh yeah, you know, pornography ravaged our marriage, and we had all these problems, and they were openly talking to each other about it to us, and I'm just like, dude, we're 15. Like,
man.
You're really letting us into some deep shit about your relationship.
I feel that would probably introduce more problems to 15-year-olds than it would help.
And I mean, it's not like I'm not going home to jerk off.
I was like, you mean porn is this powerful?
Well, it is to some people.
Sure,
it really
sure.
is. Some people have an addictive personality, and it will literally take them over. Because, I mean, porn here and there for specific people can really help people, but for some people it can really fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like, it can really destroy your life, and I guess that dude is an example of a life destroyed by pornography.
Right. That's why. That's another reason why I say, like, good for them because of, you know, their fight. If nothing else if it does nothing else for them, it is a constant reminder for them to focus and keep interest in their relationship and keep away from things that are clearly, obviously at the time, were damaging his relationship with his wife.
And it takes a lot of balls to just tell a complete stranger, like, yeah, I was addicted to porn. You know, pornography. Yeah, I watched that.
Well,
every
it
night.
takes a certain kind of person to explain their own problems and issues publicly, because you have to go through enough shit to get to the point of where you really just don't care about saying it to other people. Like, you'll openly say it and discuss it with people because it's normal to you at that point.
Oh, you know that guy got some shit, like a 13-year-old. Who's your favorite porn star?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
You got any recommendations?
Well, I imagine that there's probably a lot of people who like how we're joking about it and laughing it off now, or how I am. It's like I imagine think about how fucked up it would be if like you're giving all you got, dedicating your life.
He was definitely giving all he had.
Giving.
That dude was coming dust bunnies by the end of his night.
It's like you're out here, apparently his wife like gave up her position at a company. They sold a bunch of shit off and stuff like that to go and, pursue sharing this quote unquote ministry or whatever. Mm-hmm. Think about how shitty it is when you have people who are like us at the time back. Sure. I don't even know if they still do that thing, but they come to be like, man, really? Oh man, like, fuck.
I don't know a whole lot of shit about this. I was just listening to the fucking music. I didn't know nothing about this.
Well, I did a couple of shows with him, aside from that one. But, I mean, they were nice enough people. Never really got to know him. But yeah. I always thought his wife was hot. Hey, this doesn't really help your case.
I guess.
Like, your wife is wearing a see-through white dress. What do you think we're going to do? We're gonna go to the bathroom. Michael Adcock smoking weed in the bathroom. I'm like, well, shit, I'm going in there to jack off.
I'm gonna need your wife, and I'm gonna need that buzzsaw you guys like to play sometimes.
They told everybody, hey, everybody, we need y'all to sit down. I was like, okay.
That was
even better.
Bran.
Tell your wife.
Bran from Game of Thrones. Just watching him stone-faced.
Tell your wife to pick up that drumstick.
He put his wife in a cage during the show.
Yeah, it was for us. Yeah. The reason why their act died was because they came out with iPhones after that. Be filming his wife, like, come on now.
Scott, are we losing you, man? Are we?
I'm just not very. I don't know a lot about this, so I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Do you know how much it pisses?
That's what she said.
Yeah, that is what she said.
Oh, he wasn't riding dick. He was sitting on the floor with the rest of us.
He's like, you like this? Oh, he was a cuck. He was traveling, and he was becoming a cuck to 13 through 15-year-olds all across America. He got off of that shit now, because he knew we were all going home like, dude, that guy's wife was hot as hell. His mustache was cool and all, but his wife...
The addiction actually isn't over. It's just taking a new leaf. Yeah. He actually just jerks off to videos of us just going...
Watching his wife. Yeah. Damn, but
he's wearing the pig mask.
Who wants to wear the mask tonight?
Do you know how much it pisses me off whenever I'm on stage and I'll tell something and then later people say, oh, that was such a controversial joke. How dare you? It pisses me off because I'm just like, you guys have no idea. Like, you guys have no idea how much I censor myself for you motherfuckers. Yeah. Like, this is kindergarten shit.
Well, I'm trying to make you guys love me. Yeah. It's like, not hate me.
I don't.
That's what his wife was trying to say.
I don't like snowflakes, man. If somebody comes up to me after that, I was like, oh, how dare you? Well, fuck you, man. Like, that really would piss me off genuinely if someone, oh, how dare you tell a joke like this?
Especially right now, it's just like, bro, this episode's gonna get like 50 plays. This is not an in-your-face advertisement whatsoever.
You didn't have to listen to this.
You so easily could have, like, the whole Tobey Maguire photoshopped on Jesus Christ didn't give you an idea of where this was going.
One thing I will say that's admirable, at least, to what you do as far as comedy and stuff, because it's like with. I mean, I guess you have to write out your stuff or play it out and go and practice it and stuff like that. But it's like, with our stuff, it's like we kind of make what we want, but in the same breath, it's a lot easier to pitch your shit to a certain demographic of people if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the fact that it's like, oh, people who know us listen to it, and it's like, well, they're all, either going to be like, oh, yeah, man, it's awesome that you're a rapper. Usually it's like, you're a rapper. And it's like, oh, this is my friend. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
And, like, that kind of irks me now more so than it used to. Because, like, used to, it's like, oh, yeah, they're
sure, yeah.
But now it's like, I'm also a normal fucking person, too. Like, you can have don't ask me to spit you a freestyle. Oh, dude, spit a freestyle. No, it's not.
Please don't ask me that, because every time someone's ever asked me to freestyle or spit something, I literally go, all right, I'm about to. You ready? And then I take a big ball, spit in my mouth, and spit right in front of them. And then that's it. I go, all right, and that's it.
Dude,
like it'd be different. It would be different to me if like Lil Wayne came up to me and said, "Spit me something." Well, I'm gonna go into my memory bank and I'm gonna come up with
spit on his
the best
cock.
16. Yeah, the best 16 I've ever written. I'm about to rap it to him. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
But it's like when normal. Not that there's anything awesome. I'm glad that you're interested, but it's like I'm not a white collar sideshow. No, I'm just joking. Like I'm not just like about to do this. My favorite excuse used to be until somebody called me on it one time. I was like, oh, I used to say, I get paid to rap. And like one time this dude asked me, he's like, oh, well, how much do you get paid? And he was just saying it, just curious to know how much money. And I got to think, I was like, man, maybe I should stop saying this because I don't make shit. I don't really make any money doing this.
Dude, the biggest mistake I made in the whole Arizona Renaissance thing was telling people I was a comedian.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that like instead of laughing, they'll go, "Oh, that's really funny."
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. Instead of laughing, they would go, "You should put that in your act."
Oh,
for
man.
2.5 months.
It's like, so all of this I should just put in my act.
Yeah.
But, oh, that was funny. Just because you said this simple ass reply one-liner, because you have a moderate sense of humor, even. It's like, oh, you should put that just because you are a comedian.
Right. Yeah.
That label is on you as a comedian. It's like people think that they...
It's like, really? You think the whole bit about, oh, this water's so cold it hurts my teeth, you think that's going to have a lot of legs when I take it out of town? Really?
Yeah. That shit, like, I guess people just think whatever... Being a comedian is just whatever's funny, and you just sit there for a whole fucking hour saying funny shit. Like, it's a lot more than that.
Right. Well, for a lot of people, they just don't really know what to say, because they'll, even for someone like me, oh, he's a comedian. Oh, they're rappers. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And they'll annoy the fuck out of you, and they won't even know that they're doing it. They're earnestly trying to be like, oh, freestyle for me. Oh, you should put that in your act, whatever.
Yeah.
And they just don't get it. They just don't understand.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to have a certain. Well, I do at this point have a certain level of I don't know. I just know what I'm running into, so I don't really feel any certain way about it because it's just what I've come to expect. I know how certain people are going to react to me being a rapper or whatever.
Sure.
It's just a normal reaction from the average person, to be honest. So I mean, I don't know. It's just normal to me at this point.
You were talking about taking this show on the road, doing comedy and rap throughout the town, throughout the states. You remember, Shane? You remember when you and Gavin tried the Momentum?
Yeah,
that was a fun time.
Yeah, we were gonna try to go on tour, like an actual tour of. What was it? It was
Gavin singing,
Gavin?
you rapping, and then me doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about that 3 years ago, 4 years ago, a long time ago.
It was the first. It was 2015 because it was the first year that I started doing comedy.
Yeah.
Because after the first sold out show, we thought like, oh well.
Yeah, we made it. Tim sold out the little theater, and we thought that was like all of our homecoming. We're like, it's time. We've made it. We've arrived.
You remember the October show where I was just like, I was on Snapchat like, okay guys, you better go ahead and buy your tickets fast because the last show sold out. Blah blah blah. Just throwing my tiny little dick out there, showing it off to the world, thinking it was worth a fuck.
Damn.
And then you remember the silence.
Utter disappointment.
Of not even 10 probably, the 5 people that showed up.
Yo, it was so bummer.
And I bombed too. It was not good material.
Man, I don't know. I don't think y'all should be really like that worried about it because I mean, that's just a part of this. Like you just have to go through it. Like you just have to keep going. Like I don't care if it's fucking like for me at this point when I first started rapping, I was like, well, fuck. If a lot of people don't show up, I'm not gonna be hyped because that's gonna kill my energy.
Right.
And then I come to learn it doesn't matter if 5 people shows up at my fucking show or 400 or 1,000. I'm gonna have the same energy because the energy that you put off, it other people can feel that. So if I just act like shit, if I just act like shit and I'm not hyped because it's like only 50 people in the room, it's just the whole thing's gonna be shit.
Yeah.
But if I'm hyped,
then the next show is gonna be 25. Like it's gonna go down.
Yeah, it's gonna go down exactly. So you have to be hyped and keep a certain level of your mindset, I guess, to get positive results for that.
I totally respect that mindset. I'm starting to get that way too, where I'm just like, if I would rather 5 people that want to listen rather than like 100 people talking. Like 5 people that really are listening to what you're doing or watching or whatever, that's so much better. Because at the end of the night, if you do well, that's 5 fans you didn't have yesterday.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, true.
And also, like, I look at it like this: I'm performing. So I'm gonna take all the emotional aspects out of it, and I'm gonna do a performance.
Sure.
Like I'm not here to joke. Like this is a performance. And then after the performance, then I'll be back to my normal self. But during the performance is a performance. Like I don't care how many people's watching.
You'll play your heart out, and then as soon as you walk off stage, man, why the fuck did anyone show up?
you walk off stage, walk back on stage, like, where the fuck is everybody? You guys were supposed to promote
I've done that. When I first started, I did that.
It's like, I've always thought to myself, like, kind of what you were saying, Scott, is when you really think about it, it's like, okay, you go, which, I mean, my aspect used to be a lot different because when it's rapping, it's easier because you're not loading up in the fucking van with everybody and taking all your equipment, setting it up to perform for 10 people. Now, that's not to say that you still shouldn't have the same energy, but it's a lot harder to have the same energy when you do that as opposed to, well, I'm going to take my flash drive or my phone or my laptop to go plug in and perform for 15 minutes. It's like, because it's like when you go and you do something like that, if there's 10 people there and you drove all the way to Atlanta to do a show, it could be discouraging. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
super sad when you're unplugging all the shit.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like, man, we headlined and there was nobody here. Or we played second to last and there was nobody here. And it's like, damn, this kind of sucks ass.
Dude, that's my favorite part, especially doing comedy, when you when you do a show and you're waiting for people to show up. And you're just looking through the windows, like listening to your fucking Set the Tone playlist, like looking through the window. My Miss American Pie. Put this.
Oh my
man, it's 10 o'clock and nobody showed up
yet. The
yet.
show was supposed to start at 9.
This'll be the day that I die. That happened to me at Peace of Mind when I did that show at Peace of Mind. I was just sitting in my the beanbag chair on my birthday, just listening to fucking that hipster music. Just nobody showing up.
Damn.
But no, that was one of the most brutal experiences of my life. I performed at Peace of Mind on my birthday. Bombed my fucking ass off in front of my friends and family. Like a couple strangers that came in to see the show walked out. Because I was talking shit. I mean, to be fair, they walked out appropriately because one of the guy's girlfriends was pregnant. And I just started shitting on pregnant women.
Oh, wow. I mean, oh well.
When was this?
This was I think it was my 21st birthday. Yeah, it was my 21st because, that was the big joke. Oh, I can legally drink now, whatever.
Damn,
yeah,
that's right.
It was rough.
I remember because I went to jail the day before. I got a DUI.
Wasn't a good weekend.
No, it sucks that you bombed.
Yeah.
But probably one of the best rap show that I've ever done was either that one or the one that we did at Peace of Mind.
That was a really good one. I forgot. I keep thinking about that show as just like you guys doing it, but I forgot that I hosted that show.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
That was a fun ass show.
That was a good show. I figured that was a good turnout.
That was a pretty solid fucking turnout. That's the only time the 396 Hooligans has ever done a show in Macomb.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We should do that again.
Yeah, it would be fucking nice. I want to say that's probably one of my favorite rap shows that I've ever done. But I had a lot of fun when we did that show at Joey's house. We did a show at Joey Leggett's house. That was a lot of fun. I mean, it could have been better and more, but we had a pretty good time, I guess.
I think it was shit.
Well, I mean,
it was okay, but I think it was shit.
Though. I mean, I think that was the first time I got to see you perform too.
Yeah, but it was shit.
I had a good time, but
Joey Leggett's house was a cesspool of a lot of shenanigans, man.
Oh yes, it was.
I don't think I ever went to that house and just like drove back home like, yeah, it was a pretty chill night.
Yep. Always some shit.
That's true.
The thing about Peace of Mind is just like if we actually stop back and look, there's a lot of people that tried to do the whole venue thing. I mean, fuck, even Rockin' Willie's didn't last.
Yeah, but Rockin' Willie's didn't last for a reason, though. I mean, they were doing more than just trying to, they had a restaurant and a bar, and they had a lot of real estate there that they had to take care of and pay for and all this other stuff. And I just don't think that it was working. But
didn't they just like up and leave, not tell the employees or anything?
I'd say there's also a conspiracy to that too. Apparently, those people. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on the people who owned it or anything, but apparently they own 2 of those restaurants. They shut down this one, and they didn't tell any of their employees or anything. They just showed up and saw that the place was shut down and had a letter, and it was like, oh, you guys don't have jobs now. And then, like, 2 weeks later, the other restaurant that they have that was in, like, Ponchatoula or something like that did the same exact thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
And where are they now?
I don't know. I know that the son of the owners, he's a pretty cool guy, but I don't know if that has anything to do with him.
We should get him on the podcast.
And with that being said, I don't know what those people were going through. If that's really what happened,
sure.
There's no telling. Covering my ass here. It's like there's no telling what they could have been, experience. They could have had some crazy death in the family and they had to move far away. But I don't know.
They could have let the employees know, though. I mean, isn't there such thing as a mass email?
I mean, at least nobody got shot outside of it 2 weekends in a row.
I heard they were selling crack out of it. Lots of crack.
The upper deck.
Oh, I was just talking out of my ass. I don't know.
I don't think they're selling crack at the upper deck either, by the way. I'm sure they are, but I don't think that Bob is necessarily...
Some people are selling crack, at least. Some people are.
Someone is selling crack at the upper deck.
Oh, at the upper deck?
Yeah.
I thought it was just next to the cemetery.
Who lives next to a cemetery that sells crack?
A lot of people.
A lot of people. I know someone who lives next to the cemetery that sells meth.
I don't.
I know lots of people who sell meth. I know lots of people who sell crack.
Damn. I do too.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately. I wish I didn't.
Unfortunately.
Shane just goes, oh yeah, so back to fucking that dude's wife.
Yeah.
Less controversial subject.
Man, I didn't fuck her. I swear to God.
I am not a crook.
I know this is going to sound really crazy.
Okay.
And totally irrelevant to those of you who are not paying attention to what I'm paying attention to. There's a woman who has been on the phone since we walked up here earlier. And we probably walked up here about an hour and a half ago. And she has been on the phone. That lady over there with the leggings on, the black shirt, she has been on the phone since we got here. Mind you, she's probably a single mother. And her kid has been playing on the playground. So she's probably like, oh, let me call somebody and talk to them on the phone for an hour and a half.
Her phone's probably already dead. She just doesn't want to acknowledge her kid.
She doesn't want to acknowledge...
That's me.
I was about to say, she just doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that Tim's been staring at her with his dick in his hand for the past hour.
It's not in my hand. It's just hanging
just
there.
waving.
You know, the North Carolina show I headlined at, when I was riffing a little bit, we talked about the jerk-off techniques.
Really?
Yeah. Because
like on stage? Or?
Yeah, on stage. Because I was talking about a joke about jerking off, about how my jerk-off technique used to be bad, and then just in the crowd, the guy's like, oh, so like this? And he does the squid octopus technique.
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How do you do that?
Oh, tell him.
I don't understand.
Yeah, just show him to give him a demonstration.
Yeah, but what are you grabbing? Your dick?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah. You're just mushing it.
For those of you that can't see,
he's
doing an octopus with his hand.
It's like Cthulhu's giving you a blowjob. You know what I mean? It's all.
Oh, okay.
It's all there. It's all surrounded. You can't just do this. This will
How
give you
long
carpal
did it
tunnel.
usually take you to nut, even when you were stupid horny?
Oh, dude, I could never make it past the home screen on a porn page.
Oh, so you would nut even doing it like that?
Yeah. Well, what do you mean?
I'm not nutting from that. Like
Me neither.
if I'm saying like, there's got to be firmly grasp it.
Yeah, fucking
Like it's
firmly
got to be
grasp it.
firmly grasped in the hand. Like I don't care if Kim Kardashian herself like got me worked up to the point of no return and then decided to do that to me. I'm not nutting. There's no way.
Fucking insane.
Like-
That's terrible.
Like when I take a shower tonight, I might try that just to see if it'll work. Like, hey baby, hey my lovely wife, will you try this thing real quick? She'd be like, no,
Will you
go
try
to
the-
sleep.
the
ass.
awkward you wake her up at 3:00 in the morning, baby. I can't sleep. I've been thinking about it all day.
When she gets ready to have sex, I'm like, no. It's like, I need you to do this for me.
You put in a CD. It's White Collar Sasha.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
They had a pretty elaborate. I mean, they were pretty much like Blue Man Group, but with porn.
but with porn.
I mean, Blue Man Group against porn. The Blue Balls Group.
The Pig Mask group.
They really sold it.
I think that their slogan was "Feed the Pig." or don't feed the pig.
The thing about being an only child is I didn't have anyone to call when cum started shooting out of my dick. I just thought it was pee.
I called Alex because Alex had told me. This just sounds so jacked up, but we were stupid young, and he was the one. Who told me, like, yeah, dude, like, there's this thing called porn, and you gotta learn how to jack off. I fucked my couch before I knew how to jack off. I was fucking my couch before I knew how to jack off. My couch felt great though. So. And
you're judging me about the whole awkward squid thing. You're literally having sex with an inanimate object.
I guarantee you, my couch felt better than that. I guarantee you. Put it on a shirt. Send it out to the world. Tell the world, go to the top of the mountains and shout it out. My couch felt better than your octopus hand. I swear to God.
Bitch, my couch feels better than your pussy.
I don't know about that. I don't think I've ever indulged myself in something that felt any better than my couch.
But Shane, when was the first time you ever seen porn? Ever in your life? Like, first experience ever?
At Alex's house. I was like 11.
What was it?
It was on a box, like a VHS box.
Mm-hmm. So it was on like a DVD box type? Oh, no, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
a cassette box.
Yeah.
And like we didn't, the actual cassette wasn't in there, but we found it was called Wet Harry Love Holes 5.
You remember the name?
I swear, yeah, because we all were cracking up about it. We were like, later on in life, we were like, I wonder if that was Alex's dad. Alex was even like, I wonder if that was my dad's, or if it was there before we moved in, because it was in the top of a closet, and the cassette wasn't there. And it was dusty as shit.
Right.
And it was like, so it was either Alex's dad's, and it was just like these girls with spread open coochies, like just muddy like your face, dude, just straight nasty.
When was the first time you ever seen porn, Tim?
My friend Trevor Dunaway.
Fucked me.
Dude, we did.
What?
We can't talk about that on the podcast.
Oh my god! Me and him just leave.
But first time, Trevor, he found a poster, right? And it was just a naked lady. It was one of those. She wasn't wearing pants, but you couldn't really see her vagina.
Sure.
It was just whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just, oh my god, those are breasts. It was amazing.
That's all I needed.
And then he flipped the poster, and it was her stretching her asshole like a huge gape to where and it was a 1-2. It was a that's what boobs look like, and that's what girls do with their assholes.
Oh my god, what a jump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just like, Trevor, why is she doing that? And Trevor was like, some guys like it when girls
I guess.
So, and he goes, and some guys like it when other guys do it.
Rips the poster up, pushes me down.
Oh shit.
The first time I saw porn ever was obviously on movies. Like I'd just be watching a movie and there'll be a boob shot, but like the first time I really had an experience with porn, because I didn't even know porn was a thing. I don't know how old I was, probably fucking 9, 8, I don't fucking know. Something along those lines. There was a dude that I used to hang out with down the street. His name was Michael. I don't remember his last name,
Jackson?
but he still lives here. No, I don't remember his last name.
Speaking of stretching
so
assholes.
this dude, I used to hang out at his house all the time. One time I went into his room and there was a fucking book, like a porn book, laying on his bed. And I was like, oh shit, what is this? I've never seen this before. And I was like, he was like, oh, do you want some or something? Or you want a page? I was like, shit, yeah. Give me a page. He was like, give me $6. I ran all the way home, got $6, came all the way back. He ripped me one page out. I folded it up like it was dope because I was so scared to get caught with it. I was like, fuck. All right, now where do I put this when I got home? I was like, what do I do with this? And I didn't even do nothing with it. I just looked at it. Every night, or during the day, sometimes I just pull out and look at it and be like, holy shit, what is that?
I have this. This
what
is
is,
gold.
yeah, this is like fucking dope or something. This is fucking, I don't know what this is. And then one day I'm looking at it, and then I think my dad busts in the door, and I like slowly, like terribly, like put it under the mattress, and he's like, what is that? And I'm like, and then he got it out.
What were you coming?
No, I was just looking at it like this. No, I didn't even have my dick in my hand or nothing. I was just looking at it like this. And then he came in the room and was like, what is that? And then he got it, and he just stared at me. He's like, boy. And then he just went out and ripped it up. And I was like, I found it on the side of the road. I was gonna give it to you.
I was hoping that you're like. Then he went and framed it and put it in his room.
I wish I still had it. That'd be a memorable thing.
When I used to go to my aunt and uncle's house on my dad's side of the family, they had a couple Bible books that had like old depictions, like old school drawings and stuff. I'm gonna say Leonardo da Vinci. I know it wasn't Leonardo da Vinci, but that's the only reference I have. And there were some with like titties out.
Oh, the science books in school, or something.
You know, like Eve. No, like Eve with Satan, but her titties were out, and like such and such. And so, like after Thanksgiving, everyone would go out, hang out in the living room, and I just go hang out at the book where the books were. And they're like, oh, Timothy, he just loves to read. He's so studious. I was perving out, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I remember doing something like that at this fucking library that was by my house. There was all these books. There was never nobody there. I went through all these books. The front of almost every book in there looked like a porn cover. But it was some love novel. And there was no pictures. I just scanned through the books for pictures. And it'd be nothing but fucking like the most boring
like
shit.
Words you can't even read.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it was.
Looking for some juicy monologue.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I was looking for pictures.
Man, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but as a kid, we didn't really have like TV that much, but we'd have like 6 month, 8 months periods where we'd have television. Where we'd have television at our house, and then the rest of the year we just wouldn't have it. You know, whatever. And we would like, did you guys ever do where you would like, you go on a channel and you'd be like late at night, and you'd be in that motherfucker by yourself, but the recall button would be going back to some shit you would actually normally be watching.
Yeah.
And it's like, you sit there, you're looking around, you're super nervous, and you got your dick in your hand.
Those are the best nuts because you're so tense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it's like you're jerking. I used to jerk off with my hand backwards like this, and I would sit there and I'd do this, and I'd do this, and I'd hear like the cat or something.
Yeah.
Immediately recall. And sometimes I'd get so nervous that I'd recall, and I'd press down and press up real fast. I'd be like, oh, the last channel I was on was the channel right below this.
Yep.
And I'd be like, oh, like it was just a cat. So now I gotta find my way back to whatever HBO or infomercial.
And now the story's not gonna make any sense because you missed like an important part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, they used to have the infomercials when I had cable when I was
Girls Gone Wild.
I first started jacking off. Yes, dude, those were great. Dude.
I don't remember having anything like that.
It was just the stars. It was just the stars. They let you see everything except.
I loved because now I don't really care because I've actually gotten laid, but also. Like
nice plug. Nice
I used
shout
to love like when they pull the bra up and they had big titties, or even kind of big titties, and it would drop like titty drop. It's called something.
That's what that's called.
Titty drop.
That's what it's called.
What do you think? We're scholars over here.
When you just see this, like man, and it's like people always are talking about like perky titties.
I don't know where y'all seeing this shit at. I didn't have none of that. There was fucking WWE on the bitch. I never saw any titty or anything.
WWE had the hoes back in the day too, though.
Yeah, but as soon as the girls came on, I turned it off because that shit was boring as fuck.
Oh, dude, back before Respect was in the catalog, they would just make a mud wrestle. Like like finishing moves would just be like removing their bras.
Bikini matches.
Oh, man.
That's such a good tactic to keep dudes involved watching.
Yeah.
That's such a
Why
good
do you think
tactic.
their ratings are going down? I'm just joking. I'm pretty sure their ratings are still going up.
It's probably because Ronda Rousey looks like Shrek.
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey would beat the fuck out of all of us.
I would let her.
J-Rad says that he thinks that Ronda Rousey is not attractive and she looks like a man.
No, I think she's attractive. I'm just talking shit. I think she looks all right.
I mean, she is swole.
She's not.
I mean, you can't tell me you wouldn't let her fucking suck your.
Have you ever seen her? Have you ever seen her like dressed up like as a girl instead of a fighter?
Sure.
Yeah. She looks like a normal girl. And then as soon as she gets in the fucking octagon, she beat the fuck out of you.
I mean, she's no Misha Tate.
I feel like I mean, who's gonna say no to her sucking your balls out of your pecker hole?
You can't say no to her. She's
point.
too strong.
I
she
would.
wants it, she's getting it.
I would say no because I don't know, man. I feel like it's a dude. I feel like it's a dude almost. I just can't. No offense to gay people or anything, but
aggressive bear hug.
She's so good. She's so good and so strong that she could beat your meat just from once and you're nutting everywhere.
One stroke.
Boom.
You're gonna break your fucking dick off.
From the tip and just slam on your balls. Just hup, boom, everything.
Oh my God. Ding, 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 ding.
And it just all comes out.
Like the mallet at the fairs. Whoop.
Yeah. Bing. Me and Scott have a new song coming out. Or Scott has a new song coming out.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Scott has a new song coming out with me on it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be an album soon.
Yeah, it's lit.
That's what's up.
It is lit. It's very lit. There'll be a video dropping for it pretty soon. Depending on when you're listening to this, it'll probably already be out. But yeah.
Tim's pretty good about getting it to the masses fairly quick, if need be.
Let me tell you. I get it to the masses.
That sounds nasty.
Well,
I said it, but it just sounds nasty.
So we got a song to look out. We got a video to look out. Anything else you guys want to plug before we... to the joy of pretty much everyone listening. Wrap this up.
I have a lot of things that I'd like to plug.
Oh, man.
I do too.
Go for it.
I was being inappropriate. I don't really have anything particular that I'd like to plug. I'm moving soon, so I'm sure we'll end up doing another podcast.
Shout out to Purvis,
move.
man.
But yeah, moving to Purvis.
I want to podcast with Brittany's mom.
Okay. No comment.
I think she has a lot of interesting things that would...
no comment. I feel like there's plenty of... Every time we mention anything at all, it always goes like very sour and inappropriate, so I'd rather not even talk about Brittany's mom.
Okay.
Because I feel like it could go...
She's going to punch you in the fucking face.
My wife is going to punch
That's
me
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
fucking face.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, gentlemen.
I don't know, man. We can plug something real quick. Okay, so me and Shane have some music coming out. Eradicate and Shane O with the cross through it.
Under oath, though.
Yep. And we got some new music coming out. I got a new album coming out soon called White House Trap House, and it's lit as fuck. And Shane, what do you got coming?
Tell them your handle. Tell
My
them where they
handle?
can find you.
On my bicycle?
Nice.
Fuck.
Bars. Oh, bars.
My handle, my Instagram handle, I have another one. I have two. My main one is WiseBurger. That's my social media stuff for everything on the internet is WiseBurger. My other Instagram that just got made.
Even think?
When do they think? The new one is Eradicate Official Instagram. You can add me on Snapchat at WiseBurger. YouTube is WiseBurger. And then Facebook is facebook.com/Eradicate the Pitmaster. And same for SoundCloud. So you can find me under Eradicate the Pitmaster or WiseBurger. Pick one. There you go.
And yeah, some of you know who I am. Some of you don't. Most of you don't.
Yeah, they do.
Shane Izzo on all social media platforms. I don't have Facebook. And
because he's so cool.
No, I'm just not cool enough to have Facebook.
What does that? Repeat that for me again, Shane. What is your handle?
Shane Izzo.
Shane is O.
SHANEISO.
Now, does that have the cross through it, or is that just an O?
You can just do the regular O.
Ever since Jeffrey spelled out his Instagram name, I can tell that got to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot about Jeffrey spelling his out. That was rough.
And you can look for me if you are a resident in Macomb. Free show, State Theater, April 27th. I'm headlining.
Yes, everyone's going to be there.
Yes,
Ignorance and Bliss.
There's going to be a lot of litness coming soon.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you. It's been
No
a pleasure.
problem, man.
We should treat the Pike County State Theater or whatever it is like the cathedral.
What do you
We're
mean?
going to set that bitch on fucking fire.
Mother freaking Mississippi. Burn it to the ground. Ground.